Welcome to the channel, guys. How are you doing? I hope you are all guys are doing great. So in our last video we have seen about data types in Python, and we are going to dive deep into one of the data types, and that is nothing but strings. So let's see what are the strings, how we can manipulate strings, how we can use these strings in more advanced ways. So we are gonna quickly review what we learned in our last video. So in last video we have seen that how we can assign a value to a variable. In this case x is a variable and we are assigning a string data type, that's omkar. To create a string we write text or any number inside a double quote, and to get the output we will simply print this our variable, and then we will get the output as a string. And even if you want to check what kind of data type that variable have, so we have a simple function type, so we can know about the type of variable. We also need to give it a print function to see what is the exact output. So here we go. So we will run our code by pressing here execute cell. See, we can see the data type of the x is string. So this is how we create a string and how we can assign that string to a variable. Now let's see more advanced methods to manipulate strings. Suppose you want to create a dynamic string. So when we create a string we can't really change what is inside. So if you want to manipulate that, suppose you have one profile, so profile of an employee, the name, let's say the name of that person is John, age of that person, let's say 18. Okay, he is 80 plus, so he can work. And the salary part, not 10 rupees, let's increase his salary. Wow, that's pretty much enough salary. So okay, here we go. Now you have these details, and according to each employee these details varies. So how you can create a string that will change according to the value you are going to provide to these variables. To deal with such a variables and to use these variables within the string, we have really amazing function that is called as f strings in Python. So let's see how you can print all that above information in a string by using f string. To create a f string, simply type f and after that write double quotes. So we will say my name is, now we are not gonna write our name as a John, we are simply gonna put curly brackets here like that. Sorry, we are not gonna write John, we are gonna write the variable name. We'll write I am let's add age. And I earn curly brackets, and we will provide the variable salary. Now we have given every bit of information that is required. It is showing a red sign. Our double quote is not complete. I think I somehow deleted that, so let's add a double quote. Now the error is gone, so we can print. Let's see how we are going to print. See, it have printed, my name is John, I am 18 years old and I earn 10, what is that amount, $100,000 for money. We have not given the currency type there. So if you want to change the salary, suppose you are now changing just $1,000 and the guy is of like maybe 23 years old, we will change the name. Let's say we have changed the details. Now according to the variable that we have changed the value to those variables. Now according to that our string is going to change. Now we don't have to manually edit that, it will be edited automatically just like that. So this is the F string, and I hope this is going to be a really useful thing for you in the future when you are going to try to combine variables within the string. So let's see, there is one more useful thing. May not be that much useful, but it's still something that you should know. So suppose let's create one variable, y equal to, let's say I am a data scientist. Okay, so you want to write something like this, and let's say if you want to put some emphasis on that data scientist part and you want to write that part in a double quote itself. Actually what you want to do to use a double quote within a double quote. Let's see if it is going to allow, right? We are going to print it in a normal way. Let's see, it have printed I am a data scientist. Now let's try to double quote this. Let's see what is going to happen. We will learn Python by using trial and error method. This is the best way to learn anything. Just try it. If you fail, try it again. That's the best way. Now we got here invalid syntax error. It is because Python is confused. It is not understanding which part is the variable. So that is why it is giving us invalid syntax error. And to escape this error, we have some escape characters. Slash, you have to use backward slash like this. Here we go. And now Python can understand that this is just a double quote, and it will take that whole string as a string and it will run smoothly. Just like that, we have successfully written double quotes within double quote. And there is also simple way. If you can just use single quotes here, then I think you don't even need to use that. You don't even need these backslash. Let's run our code. Here we go. This is also useful just in case if you get habitual to use double quotes and if you want to use double quotes within the double quotes. So this is the way. So let's say you have created two different strings and you want to combine those strings. So how will you do that? Let's say a equal to let's say 9th. Let's try to attach our server name here. B equals to cloud. So now I want to attach these parts of my server name and I want to attach those. So we can concatenate these strings, and we can create a single string by using two strings. So if I want to print ninth cloud, but I have assigned ninth value to A, cloud value to B, so how can I attach that? So let's try. Simply we have to write print. Simply we have to write a print function, then add A, then we have to add plus symbol equal to A plus B, and that will attach these two strings. But there is no space in between, so simply you can add and double quote and give a space in between, and you can add plus sign here, so there will be a space, and here we go, you have attached the two strings together. So let's move on. Let's see identification of strings, how you can identify some information about string. So first, one of the useful thing which will be really useful for you in the future, that to know about how many letters or elements are available in the string. So just in case if you want to know what is the length of string, so let's say C equals to let's create a string. I love Python. Okay, so this is our string, and I have no idea how many letters are there, and I am a lazy programmer, so I want to know everything. So I will write a program. So first we will use print, then I will write C dot. To get access to any functions of a variable, you have to write a name of that function. After that, write a dot, then you can see simply the list of those things. I think it is getting shadowed behind that. No problem. You can take C, length of C, for the length function we write the name of the variable in the bracket. I guess I think it should work this time. So there are 13 letters in the sentence I love Python. It will be including this space in between I and Python, I and between love, and then love between and Python. There are two spaces, so it is going to count that too. So this is the way you can count how many letters are there in the string. And suppose if you want to know the position of let's say letter O in this above string C, then how can you do that? So let's see. You will simply write a function print C dot find. You have to give the letter that you want to find. So this is the letter O. Let's see. O is not defined. Oh, sorry. We should use string data type. We are trying to find a string within a string, so we should give string. If we give just letter O, then it will think it as a variable. So this method, find method, will give you the first appearance of that letter within the string. So if you count, the I is the 0, 1, 2 and 3. So in the Python, number system starts with 0, then it goes up to 0, 1, 2 up to n. So there is one more method, that is indexing method, which works similar to find. We will see about that. Print C dot index. We have to give the value here. Let's see the value O. It is going to give you the same output. Okay, we have done the same mistake again. Okay, here we go. Number three. So why does Python have these two methods? I will tell you that by showing. Let's try it again. Now you want to find a letter that is not in the string. We are going to take the letter Z here, and here also letter Z. Let's see how these two functions now react. Trial and error. So the first method gave us error. Let's see what find gives us. And find gives us -1. So whenever there is going to be a letter which is not present in our string, at that time index method is going to give you an error, and that is not true about the find. So this is the difference between find and index. This can be an interview question, guys. So let's go ahead. There are some more functions that you can use for identification. So suppose you have a string. We will just continue with ABCD. Okay, this one is a string. Now we have to find what is this string is really. So to know about this string, you can simply use print b dot is alpha. These are alphabets, right? Now this function gives us true and false. It gives us boolean values. If something is true, then it will give you true. Right now we have seen that Omkar is an alphabetical numbers. If you see is alpha, returns true if the string is in an alphabetical string, false otherwise. So let's say if we change our method here, if we write number like this, let's see what it gives. It gives us false. So it can know that what is there inside. So if you writing a number here, there is a method to know if it is a number or not. That method is digit. In this case, now it will give us output as a true because the string is the digit. And there is one more method that is like a mixture of letters and numbers, like this is alnum. That means like alphanumeric. Let's see. This is giving us true because right now this is kind of like mixture of numbers and letters. If I remove the letter part and if I try to run this, it will still giving us true because this is a number also an alphabetical. This is not alphabetical, but this is something numerical also. So that is it for string identification. So let's move on, guys, to how we can modify our strings. So first thing we will see, let's take just one sample text. Let's say like text. I will write text like that. Okay. Let's just take a name. We will find cloud. Now we are going to manipulate this text. I think, yep, okay, it's fine. I'll just write these letters as it is, like some letters should be capital. Okay, so I just write it that in abnormal way. So let's see. Suppose you want to, so already the first letter of the string is capital, so I will make it small. Okay, now you can see the difference. Now let's say you want to capitalize the first letter of your string, only the first letter. Then is there any method for that? Yes, there is, and the name of that method is, you can see here, capitalize. So once you use this method, the first letter of the string gets to the upper class. Isn't it interesting? Now we will see the second method, name dot, that is a title. So in this case also, the first letters of every word gets capitalized. As you can see, the first letter, second letter of the word, second word, first letter of the second word was already capital. So here we go, we have the results in front of us. So if you want to capitalize every single letter from every single word, then you can simply use uppercase. Here we go, see the third output. So every letter from the text string name is going to be capitalized. And just like upper, we also have lower. If you want to use lowercase, you can use print name dot, yeah, here we go, smart, right, auto completing. I didn't have to type that much. Lower function returns a copy of string converted to a lowercase. Whatever you need, everything is here. You can simply see that. It's not about like, that's why the VS Code is good. It gives you doc strings and everything right at your fingertips. If you simply just go, you don't know what this capitalize method do, just take your mouse and hover over it and you will see what capitalize do. Return a capitalized version of the string. Isn't it simple? If you see the title case, there it is, uppercase returns a copy of the string converted to uppercase. It's that simple. No worries. Programming is very easy. And suppose, just in case, if you want to swap everything, you want to make upper case to the lower case to the upper case, yeah, so you can use the swap case, name dot swap case. Here we go, let's run this. So everything which was capital, it is now small, and the things were small, it became capital. So we like altered the reality. Isn't it amazing? So now we will see one more really interesting function. And suppose we will take the same string. We have a string, and instead of n, you want to use m. I don't know. I know that it's not gonna sound good word, but just in case, if you want to replace the word letter n with letter m, so how will you do that? It's simple. we will just use name dot replace. We have to add the letter. First we have to give, it is showing us what we have to do. First we have to give the old string that we want to replace, and we have to give the another new string that we want to replace with. We want to replace letter N with letter M. Let's do that. We will use the string format here. Let's see. Here we go, and we can see that this replace function is case sensitive. It is not changing the capital N, it is only changing small n. As we have seen that Python is a case sensitive language, so this is the results. And if we want to split the given string, we can also do that. We can split the string, and by default it takes the argument space as a separator, but we can choose any separators like dot, comma, or something like that. Here we go, we will split. By default it will just split like 9th and cloud, and it will give us a list of that. So here we have the list of our string which is already splitted. So thank you guys for watching our video. I hope you have got something to learn from our videos. So have a great time, have a great day. See you soon in our next video. Thank you guys.